Let's break down the differences between technology, progress, and cultural foldback, along with illustrative examples. Technology definition. Technology refers to the application of scientific knowledge for practical purposes, especially in industry. It encompasses the tools, machines, systems, and methods used to solve problems, create products, or achieve specific goals. Technology is essentially the how-to of human endeavors. Key characteristics: tangible or intangible, can be physical objects, e.g. the smartphone, or abstract systems, e.g. an algorithm. Neutral by itself. A technology itself isn't inherently good or bad. Its impact depends on how it's used, and evolves, constantly being invented, innovated upon, and diffused. Example: the invention of the printing press by Johannes Gutenberg in the 15th century. This was a technological breakthrough that allowed for the mass production of books. Progress definition. Progress is the idea of moving forward, improving or advancing towards a better or more desirable state. It implies a positive change, often linked to societal betterment, increased well-being, or the achievement of higher goals. Progress is inherently evaluative and subjective. What constitutes progress can vary across individuals and cultures. Key characteristics: evaluatin, involves judgment about what is better, as societal or individual. Can refer to advancements for a whole society or an individual's development. And not always linear, progress can be interrupted or even reversed. Example: the spread of literacy and knowledge facilitated by the printing press is an example of progress. Before the printing press, books were rare and expensive, limiting access to knowledge. The printing press made books more accessible, leading to a more informed populace, the Renaissance, and eventually the Enlightenment. This is generally considered societal progress. Difference between technology and progress. Technology is a tool or means that can lead to progress, but it is not progress itself. The printing press was a technology. The resulting increase in literacy and the democratization of knowledge was progress. A new medical technology like gene editing is a technological advancement, but whether its application leads to overall human progress depends on its ethical use and equitable access. Cultural foldback definition. Cultural foldback is not a widely established academic term in the field of sociology or anthropology, in the same way cultural lag or cultural diffusion are. However, if we interpret it intuitively, it could refer to a situation where the adoption or impact of a new technology or idea causes a society or culture to revert to or reinforce older, potentially less desirable social patterns, beliefs, or behaviors. It's like a folding back to a previous state, despite technological advancement. This can happen due to unintended consequences, misapplication, or resistance to genuine progress. It could also refer to a situation where a culture's inherent values and traditions inadvertently shape or limit the perceived progress offered by a new technology, leading to a less transformative or even regressive outcome in certain aspects. Key characteristics, based on interpretation. Unintended consequence. The negative or regressive outcome is often not the intended goal of the technological advancement. Resistive or reactive can involve cultural resistance to change, or a reaction that pulls back from anticipated progress. Can undermine progress, may hinder or reverse the positive societal changes that a technology could otherwise enable. Example of cultural foldback. Let's use the printing press example again, but twist it for cultural foldback. Initial technology, the printing press. Anticipated progress, widespread literacy, critical thinking, dissemination of diverse ideas, intellectual flourishing. Potential cultural foldback. Imagine if, after the initial boom in literacy, powerful institutions, like governments or religious authorities, realized the threat of widespread independent thought. They could then use the very technology of the printing press to monopolize information, print only approved texts, censor dissenting voices, and actively suppress independent publishers. Propagate misinformation, mass-produce propaganda and distorted narratives to control public opinion, reinforcing existing power structures and potentially hindering critical thought. And reinforce existing hierarchies. Use printed materials to solidify rigid social or religious dogmas rather than challenging them. In this scenario, while the technology of the printing press advanced, the cultural outcome folded back towards a state of controlled information and limited individual intellectual freedom, rather than moving towards widespread enlightenment. The tool was used to prevent or reverse some aspects of potential progress.